So Jake Paul's promotion on Instagram, most valuable promotions, just put out a post that Jake Paul's returning. Now I don't know if this will be his PFL debut. I highly doubt it. I doubt that it's going to be his PFL debut. So I think he's going to be boxing again. And I know I'm Betty P MMA, but I do watch some boxing, and I do keep up with the YouTube boxing scene, of course. And I'm like, I actually have no clue who the fuck he'd be fighting. Like, I generally don't know who it would be. Obviously, it's not Tommy Fury in a rematch. It's not KSI, because they're fighting in October. Oh, fucking hell. They're fighting in October, and, it seems like Jake Paul's already got an opponent. And, I don't know, I'm just going to throw some names out there and think who it could be. Now, I know this guy called out Jake Paul, and as soon as he got out of his UFC contract, he actually put a tweet out calling out Jake Paul again. But I highly doubt it's this guy. But Derek Brunson, he pulled out of his fight with Roman Dolidze, and as soon as the UFC cut him, he went straight to Twitter to call out Jake Paul, because Jake Paul said he wanted to box Derek Brunson like 2 years ago. So that could be the fight. But I have a really strong feeling that it's Uriah Hall. Now, why do I think this? Uriah Hall's already had a boxing match. I think he boxed Levon Ball. I think that was the guy who it was. He was like a American football player, gridiron, whatever you want to call it. Uriah Hall boxed him on might have been the Anderson Silva versus Jake Paul undercard. I can't quite remember. I know it was on some card though, one of them influencer boxing cards. And yeah, I think that's the fight it's going to be. I'm just guessing here. Let me check Uriah Hall if Uriah Hall's posted anything. I doubt Uriah. Let's see. Uriah Hall's got a new Instagram, so let's see if I can find if he's posted anything. Yeah, nothing from Uriah Hall. Let's look at Derek Brunson. The last thing Derek Brunson posted 3 days ago was Jake, because Dana admitted this morning that I'll destroy 170-pound Masvidal. So Dana, will you give Brunson permission to make some real money? Because Derek Brunson said in September of 2021, Derek Brunson willing to take a tune-up fight against Jake Paul. Otherwise, he'll wait for the Adesanya Whitaker winner. What a weird timeline that Jake Paul's in the same headline as Whitaker and Adesanya, by the way. I don't know, this timeline's weird. But I'm thinking it is going to be an MMA fighter. Because, yeah, I can't see who else this is going to be. Like, I don't know. I just feel like it's going to be an MMA fighter. And if it is, it's got to be Uriah Hall, in my opinion. Now, I could be wrong here. I doubt it's like an actual boxer unless he's fighting like a journeyman. I doubt it's another influencer. There's no one really that big that would, at this point, who could fight Jake Paul in the influencer scene, who's prepared to fight him. Soul Puppy's coming off a loss to Anthony Taylor, so he's not going to be fighting Jake Paul. Anyway, he's booked against like a BKFC fighter apparently. Could be Mike Perry, but I doubt it. Mike Perry's the backup for Logan Paul versus Dylan Dennis, but maybe he's going to take this opportunity. I don't know. There's a few options here. It could be Mike Perry, honestly, but I doubt it. It can't be Tyron Woodley. Nobody wants to see a trilogy. We've already seen Jake Paul kick his ass twice, so that's not an option. Like, I don't know. I can't imagine who this is. It's definitely going to end up being like some former MMA fighter. It just has to be. Yeah, let's be real. Like, no way Jake Paul's going to be boxing like a fucking champion or some shit. But I respect him for this, staying active. I like that he fights. It's always always feels like a big time event when he fights. I know people don't like him, but you got to respect that he does go out there and he does. He fights some big name fights. I know obviously he's fighting MMA fighters, but look at some of the like big time boxers and look at the people they're fighting at this stage in their careers. Like they're fighting fucking literal like 0-2 guys and 0-10 guys and 1-10 guys. Like they're just fighting journeymen with negative records. At least he's fighting guys who, I know obviously it's in a different combat sport, but still he's fighting like Anderson Silva was actually on a good win streak. Obviously he was 47 or something like that when he fought Jake Paul, so there is asterisks on the names there, but still. I respect that he stays active. Like not, barely there's some actual fighters themselves that don't fight at all. Like Jake Paul has more professional like fights than Dylan Dennis. Like I'm not even kidding. Like literally he does. It's crazy to think about. Like there's like fighters in the UFC that he has more professional bouts than like obviously Bo Nickel, but still like it's crazy. Like he's actually an experienced professional fighter now, like which is weird to think about because he used to be known as the Disney kid, and he was known for the fucking it's everyday bro and all that shit. Now he's like actually like fucking he has wins over a former UFC champion. He has wins over two former UFC champions. Has a win over if you use MMA math or fight math, Jake Paul beats fucking Conor McGregor. He's beat Anderson Silva, like he's literally beat Anderson Silva. He beats Robbie Lawler twice because he beat Ben Askren and Tyron Woodley. I don't know. The more I'm talking about this, the more depressed it's making me, actually. This is a really shitty timeline. Oh my god, no. I just realised Robbie Lawler. No, please, no. Please don't let it be Robbie Lawler. He retired so good. Could be Jorge Masvidal too, actually. It could actually be Jorge. Jorge said that he wants to box. Let's see if Jorge Masvidal's posted anything, actually. This could be a good shout, actually. Let's see. Like, honestly, I'm thinking it could actually be Jorge. Let's see. Who fought the best? Let's see. Hasn't teased anything, but could be Jorge. I don't know, man. I'm probably fucking completely off here, but I just thought I'd make a video about this. Like I don't mind seeing his fights. I know it's not everyone's cup of tea, and I understand that. But I like freak show fights. I like celebrity fights. I like any form of fighting, if I'm being honest. Like I like it. I like the competitive nature of it. I like seeing different people test themselves. It's just always cool to see. And it doesn't hurt any combat sports. It's always good to have more options. Like the more these guys fight, it gives other fighters options. It brings out more events. The more events means there's more fighting. The more fighting there is, the more videos I can make. The more fights I can watch. I don't know. I just love it. I love it so much. So yeah, I'm glad he's staying active. It's always cool when he gets these events going. It's not like he's taking a pro fight event as well. Like he's making his own event, his own. It's literally his own promotion, his own event. So he's not taking away from anyone. Just bringing new opportunities to him and other fighters. I would like more if Jake Paul's cards had more influencers though fight on it and not had like actual all pro boxers. Like it'd be cool if he had some other freak show fights on it, but still, I like what he's doing. But yeah, just thought I'd make this video, see what happens, see who it is. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. I don't mind. Whoever it is, I'll probably make a prediction video on it when it comes out or a reaction to the news or whatever. Because yeah, I like talking about all forms of fighting. So yeah, sorry if you don't like this sort of content, but I'll talk about every type of fighting. Like I'm probably gonna make a Misfits prediction video for this weekend because there's a guy from MMA Twitter on the card fighting Anderson Silva's son, so that's something I got to talk about. So yeah, expect that in the coming days for a Misfits fight prediction video. But don't worry, I'm still always gonna talk about MMA and everything like that. Like I'll talk about MMA. I'll talk about UFC cards every week that there's UFC on, but also occasionally I'm going to talk about some boxing cards that interest me, and then I'm going to talk about YouTube boxing as well, and like YouTube MMA and etc. etc. So yeah, I love to talk about all forms of fighting. I love me a freak show. I love me a spectacle. So yeah, thanks for watching. Let's see. We'll see if I'm right, if I'm wrong, but I'm sure I'll find out in the coming days. But yeah, thanks for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, and I'll catch you guys next time.